Crypto. Ladies and gentlemen, it has happened. The bears have gained control again. Crypto has taken a dive. And there were warning signs, and we talked about warning signs. But right now, I am on the total 2 chart on the daily. This inverted head and shoulders did not play out. That's something that you just don't normally see with those when they're so beautiful, just like this one. For it to become a failed pattern, I'm sorely disappointed. But we did give warning signs, and we did that from the Bitcoin chart and also the total 2 chart. But man, I did not expect it to just drop so suddenly and so bad. And it looks like there may be a little bit more to go here. The MACD on the daily, we're just now getting started, baby. We've got a good week or so ahead of us of some questionable price action with these altcoins. It has just been a sea of red today. Look at this. Trust Wallet's down to 157. Chili's down to 11 cents. QNT at 110. I snatched up a little bit of that. Zilliqa down just a little under 2 cents. Starting to get into some good territory there, if you ask me. Phantom down to 20 cents. Filecoin down to $3. We got hit, baby. And Bitcoin Dominance tells us all the money is flowing into Bitcoin right now. That has a part to play with this. Bitcoin Dominance is taken off. And like I said, if Bitcoin Dominance takes off, breaks out of here, altcoins are going to suffer, especially in the Bitcoin pairs. And on top of this, we got the dollar acting the fool, trying to get a little breakup here. Looks like it may do it. We may get a breakout on the dollar. We have to keep a close eye on this too. How's that going to affect Bitcoin? And in turn, how's that going to affect altcoins? And here we are on the daily chart for Bitcoin with this breakdown that we talked about. Now today I want to go over what we can expect, and we've talked about this in the last video, where this is possibly going, but I also want to look at some warning signs. Were there some warning signs there that would have told us about this big incoming dump? Let's just go back over that, because this is a learning opportunity for a lot of people. So what seems like almost a couple of weeks ago, we were getting scared right around here when we were at the bottom. We got that bounce up. And I said, if we can just break it past this point here, we will be set to go to the top part of this channel, which is what we did. There were 2 things here that we needed to look at. The first is when we draw a trend line and we can see that it broke market structure. That's your first sign. Hey, we're in for some downward action. We got rejected here. This big wick was the sign. When you see these, this is important right here. We had a breakout, which made it look like we had the chance to go up. And in my last video, I was asking, is this good or bad? Because most of the time when we get a breakout to the upside in a bear market, especially on a bearish pattern like this, it's not going to work out too well. And that's why I was saying be very cautious up here. And if you're going to try to get in, wait for a retest of this idea. And we did not get that retest because this pattern failed. And the wicks are what you want to look for when you get these big wicks up here. And I was cautioning, watch out on the 4 hour, because that's where we're looking at it from. That's basically the trading hour that I've got for this chart. So you wouldn't want to be watching this on the 15-minute because it looked like you made it, right? Stick with the chart that you're trading on to make all your decisions, even though you can use the 15 to kind of fine-tune some exit and entry points. Like I could have used the 15 right here when it broke this market structure. That was a sign to get out right here at 18,158. And that's how you play the lower time frames to the time frame that you're trading. Say if you're trading the 4 hour, you use the lower time frames to sniper your entries and your exits. The thing that I really want to drive home about this is when you see a failed breakout like that and you see these wicks, expect it to come back down to the lower part of that pattern that you're in, and even possibly like it did here. And it's no surprise to me that it broke right through it. So now we've got to look at a possible retest that's going on. The fact that Bitcoin did break out of this upward channel gives us a couple of measured moves, and I put them right here. I've taken it just the width of the channel. I got one that's coming from the top of this wick, and it's bringing us down to the area of 15,926. The standard measured move is bringing us down to this area, 16,193. These areas were already plotted out. I didn't apply them to the measured move. I already had those. They just line up to it. So there's confluence there. These are some support and resistance zones that we have that go on back in the chart. So it's quite possible we could see these areas, but before we get there, I am expecting a retest, and that means where we should come back up to around this level, either 17,097, just right there, or it's possible to come all the way back up to this blue line that we broke out of, and that'll be about 17,354. So for some of you guys who are looking to reclaim some of your losses, you might have a chance to get out of some projects there that you're in. Watch Bitcoin, see what Bitcoin's doing, and then you can also play your altcoins against that. So if Bitcoin comes up here and you're stuck in some bad altcoins, you might have a chance to, recover some there. But I am not expecting this to break back up into this pattern. If it does, we definitely need to address that. I am expecting a rejection at one of these 2 levels, and that will drive us on back down to this level somewhere around 16,100, somewhere through there, where we might get a hiccup, and hopefully we can stop there and maybe get some upside. But it is also quite possible that we could go on down from there. But these two areas right here, this area 15,900 up to about 16,200 is where I'm looking that we might get stuck or possibly catch a bounce to turn to the other way for a little bit. But sad to say, it's not looking pretty, but there is that chance for the retest. That does happen a lot. And if we get them down to some of the smaller time frames, I'll show you why I think that. If we go ahead and carry this line right here on over, see, that broke market structure too. And what it's putting us into is into another pattern, which is making a downward megaphone. This should break out to the upside and give us back up to these areas that we're talking about. And then, of course, we'll look at getting rejected. Guys, I hope this information has been helpful for you, just to kind of calm your nerves, just to let you know about what we can expect here. I expect this to be a very weak weekend, a crazy weekend for us. And overall, just things that are going on right now, driving the prices down. Watch that total 2. That's going to be your whole key for watching your altcoins. The one good thing that I can say about total 2 is there is a possibility that we can make this into a double bottom. What I see is that we may get a little rebound back up here on total 2, and then we got to evaluate it from that point. That may be like Bitcoin, where we get rejected and altcoins may suffer a lot more. That Ichimoku is looking kind of thin. Until next time, my name is Lane. Be safe, be blessed, trade wisely, and remember, even though it looks tough right now, you still got this.
I don't always like videos, but when I do, I always prefer Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friend.